Hello my friends and welcome back to the rabbit hole. Today's video is going to be everything in the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty Spring 2022 week number 2. I must say this is fascinating. I've filmed so many videos dedicated to this event over the years, and it seems to me that every time we see this sale, week number 2 is usually a little bit of a lull in excitement. This feels very different. I have a lot of the products that are in this particular week. I have a lot of thoughts on them, and overall, I kind of feel like this is more exciting than week number 1. Anyway, you all probably know the drill. In case not, I do have timestamps to each day as well as the links to each product that will be in this sale in the description box below. And again, if you do want to help support this channel, you can make your purchase through those links. But I think we've got enough of an intro. Let's get into week number 2. So let's start today's video with Sunday, March 20th. The first product we have to talk about is an old favorite for many. Oh, I have so much stuff, it's falling off the table here. Buxom Full-On Plumping Lip Cream. So I've owned a lot of these over the years. The only one I still have is this little mini of course, White Russian. Of course. For a while, this was the most ubiquitous sample in the entire cosmetics universe. As far as giving you a mini review of this, let's actually have a quick conversation about lip plumping. Oh, we are starting this video strong. That's why it's called the rabbit hole. Anyway, so there are 3 types of lip plumpers and 3 different directions to go in to achieve those. So first of all, we have the type of plumping that makes your lips physically larger. It's what Kylie Jenner claims just kind of magically happened to her, but in reality, as we all know, it requires lip injections. Not to be confused with the Too Faced product, the actual injection. Now let me be clear here. I don't have any kind of problem with lip injections. If that is what you desire, that is the direction you need to go in. But I do have a problem with people claiming that topicals can achieve this. If this was possible, this little tiny upper lip of mine, it would have found the product that does that. I would have been asleep, but my upper lip would have gone into Sephora in the middle of the night somehow, charged my credit card, and come home and said, hey, you got this charge on your credit card now, but look at me, I'm bigger. Do we have any kind of change like that? No. But there's still 2 different types of plumping to talk about. There are kind of this instant result that makes your lips look perhaps a little bit bigger, but overall smooths out the appearance of your lips. And then there's a more delayed type of plumping that really helps to minimize lip lines over time. The Buxom lip creams as well as Too Faced lip injection both give you this kind of immediate gratification of your lips looking a little tiny bit larger and a little tiny bit smoother, but the cost has always been that in order to achieve this instant gratification, it does feel either cooling or quite warming. Some people don't seem to mind it. Some people do not seem to mind it. I'm not the biggest fan. I'm putting up with it today because I do like the look of it, but you've got to know, you do have to be okay with that sensation to enjoy products like this. And the other new generation I'm really in love with. I really am. It's the Grande Lips Pout Mask. It's the new Calorie lip glosses that I've been talking about in multiple videos. It's this peptide formula where it does seem to smooth out your lip lines over time. And there is no sensation involved. There is just a need for consistency. So if you are like me and you don't have lip injections, because I think lip injections do minimize lip lines through the process of making your lips larger. If you want to minimize those lip lines more subtly, but in a way that you will come to appreciate over time, absolutely go with the newer direction. I think AliceintheRabbitHole might have gone in this direction with that new lip balm she's been talking about. A Diamond Platinum exclusive, the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. So this is also a product where you probably know where you stand, at least on the original, but I did buy the Ultra Creamy Shape Tape, and I actually have to admit I do like it. I think this is clearly the formula that is made for dry skin. It is much more easy to work with. If I remember correctly, the claims that Tarte made with this is that they took the original Shape Tape and they added eye cream to it, and that may indeed be the case. It it sort of feels like that. It's a much creamier, go figure, Shape Tape. There is a con that I wanted to tell you, and that is if you don't use a ton of concealer, which I don't think most people do anymore. We certainly did in 2017, but in 2022, I think people don't use as much as we used to. It does kind of seem to accumulate around the edge here. Let me fix up this tube at the sacrifice of this towel. I'm sure you all have a towel like this that you've sacrificed, right? It's not just me, right? It's a big concealer too, 0.33 ounces. That's a big concealer. That's about the same size as some foundation sticks. So if you have dry skin, I would say, honestly, I think it is worth trying. The old one, again, I think you know where you stand with it. I will tell you, honestly, I never had a problem with the original Shape Tape, but I used the tiniest amount. I bought 2 tubes in my life ever. And then we have a first-time steal, the Josie Maran Whipped Argan Oil Face Butter. I'm excited to see this. I'm excited to see more Josie Maran products. Now, this specific one was sent to me in PR, just so you know. But I would say overall, I do think it's a nice product also for dry skin. I want to point something out, though, as I do. The product says it's an unscented formula. So it is indeed fragrance-free, but there are ingredients that will contribute to scent. It contains some watermelon, some cucumber ingredients. I mean, those also have other benefits for your skin, but they do contribute to the smell. It's very light, though. I think you could perceive this as completely free of any smell for sure. But just as a heads up for anybody that does have allergies, overall, though, I would say it's quite nice. It's a really well-done formula, beautiful packaging on this. Yeah, I hope we see even more Josie Maran products throughout this sale, because it used to just be the oil. The Sunday Riley Flash Fix Kit is up next. I've really gone back and forth on where I stand with Sunday Riley over the years. I don't love everything they've done, but what makes me say I don't support a brand is isms and phobias. Sunday Riley, it's just weird stuff. It's weird stuff. And they're very expensive. So here's what I'm going to tell you about this. I do like Good Genes. I think it is a fantastic product, and this is indeed a good way to get it. A lot of people have figured out just how good of a deal this specific set is if you are a fan of Good Genes. But I just have to say, the new Peach and Lily Lactic Acid Serum is the best dupe that I have ever found for Good Genes. I will link you my video. You don't have to necessarily buy this product, which comes with ceramic slip. I'm kind of neutral on ceramic slip. It's possible that it's just my skin type. It does, you know, it's a clay-based cleanser, so it feels like it's more for normal to oily skin types, but it's just not a favorite. So yeah, for me, this is an easy pass, is what I'm saying. And yet at the same time, I know a lot of people are going to be lining up for this specific set. But man, even the Peach and Lily, I remember that one having stock issues. That was a hit too. It definitely was. All right, moving on to Monday, March 21st, we have the Urban Decay Brow Blade, Waterproof Eyebrow Pencil, and Ink Stain. I have still not tried this. I think that it's an interesting idea because what it does is you have the one end that has kind of more of an eyeliner pin formula to it, where it will draw a much more bold line so you can create hair-like strokes, and then you have the other side, which is more of your standard brow pencil. The reason why I've ultimately never purchased this is because as brows have become less bold, I have felt less of a need to try to fake it. I don't have a lot of brow myself. A brow pencil is good enough. We do not have to make my small, pathetic brows the focus of my face. But all this said, you know, this is a product that I guess I'm just not interested in. It has appeared in the sale before, and quite a few of you have commented that you really enjoy this product. So once again, it's a, know your own preferences. It probably is going to be a more bold brow product. 50% off Nabla eyeshadow palettes. Oh, I have a lot to say here, I really do. So let's start out with what I'm wearing today, which is primarily the Nabla Secret palette. I've talked about this one a lot in the past. It's a beautiful eyeshadow palette. Let me open it so you all can see. This palette has such a gorgeous color story. It has such a gorgeous formula to it. The mattes are easy to work with, and the shimmers in here are so beautiful. So what they do on your eyelids is, even if you have more mature eyelids, they kind of look like a slight blurring effect on your lids. Are any of you familiar with Natasha Denona's eyeshadows? Probably, right? Probably some of you know. Okay, so what stood out to me when I finally got around to trying Natasha Denona is that it does the same exact thing as this palette. You apply it to your lids, you apply this eyeshadow, and then you let it sit, and throughout the day, it actually looks more flattering. It's like it blurs more or blends more into your skin throughout the day. These do that. These have this beautiful effect on your eyes where it just makes them look so much better. And then you've got this gorgeous, bright color, this bright shine coming through. So I raved about this in the past, right? I said this is such a flattering eyeshadow palette. The last time Ulta had this sale, I bought the Nabla Dreamy 2 The Mystic palette. And I've got to tell you, it looks gorgeous, but it is just not the same at all as the Secret palette. This is actually a very glittery palette, and it just doesn't do the same effect. This one is fine, it's a pretty color story, but it's not the magic that the Secret palette was. But this has happened to me before. Back when MAC released their Powder Kiss lipsticks, I actually came on camera and gave them not a good review because I had purchased the shade Stay Curious. It turns out that formula on Stay Curious is not the same as it is on their other lipsticks. I got the dud. I literally, out of all the lipsticks that I could have picked, I picked the bad one. And it actually took years for this to come out. I saw someone say on Reddit they'd bought a whole bunch of these, but Stay Curious is not a good formula, in spite of the Powder Kiss formula overall being really good. So as soon as I read that, I went out and I bought some more Powder Kiss lipsticks, and now I feel really bad because on that same video, there were people in the comment section who were like, how do you not like the Powder Kiss formula? It's incredible. And get this, I happened to notice that MAC was doing one of their gift with purchases, and it was a full-size Stay Curious lipstick. So now how many other people are going to think, oh, the Powder Kiss formula is no good, but it's really just that there's kind of a dud. So this is all to tell you. I don't know if it's that Nabla's Dreamy 2 is a dud in the formulas, or if it's just that the Secret is an amazing formula. But what I can tell you, again, the Secret, amazing. There's quite a number of other eyeshadow palettes included in this sale, so if you've tried them, feel free to leave your comments. Let other people know, are the other palettes from Nabla incredible formulas or not? Next up, we have the Dermaflash Mini Precision Peach Fuzz Removal Device. Will be $34.50 in the sale. So I don't have this. I have the Versed Dermaplaning device. I don't understand something about these. I don't understand why they vibrate. Whatever components Versed used, they could have gone in this direction and they chose not to. I don't care, I'm fine with it. It keeps the device much cheaper. I just can't for the life of me figure out what the added benefit would be of using a razor that vibrates. I just can't wrap my brain around it. Anyway, I was looking through the reviews on this because I obviously haven't tried this specific one, and it seems like people are saying it's not as good as their full size. As is always the case, you all can feel free to comment if you've tried this, but maybe it's a situation of the Nabla palettes all over again. Maybe the good one is the full size and the mini is not up to par. Regardless, the reason why I have the Versed Dermaplaning system and not the vibrating one is because I just don't understand why you would need it to vibrate. Again, if you have more experience with this, always feel free to leave your thoughts. Then we have the Dermablend Flawless Creator Liquid Foundation Drops. Unfortunately, I have not tried these. Dermablend is a brand that is known more in the makeup industry, so it may be more of a professional brand, but as always, feel free to comment if you've tried it. And then we have the Urban Skin RX Pro Strength Super C Brightening Serum. So I think that this was a diamond gift pretty recently, so if any of you got it, feel free to comment. I skipped that day. On Tuesday, March 22nd, we have the Tarte Double Take Eyeliner. So I've bought this a few times. I don't have it currently. It is a good product. So you get, one end has your liquid eyeliner that you can use to create your wing or line the top of your lashes. And then you have the pencil style that you can use for tight lining or underneath your eyes. So I actually do like it. Yeah, it's something I'm considering purchasing again in this sale. I think it's a well done product. And I also feel like this system of just half the size actually works out really well. I feel like, eyeliner pins only have so long to be used from the time you open them. So this system for me, it actually worked it worked really well. Yeah, I don't have anything bad to say about it. We have 50% off the Bare Minerals Mineralist collection. This is quite interesting. So we have we have a lot in here. Oh goodness. There are 4 eyeshadow palettes, an eyeliner, a lip gloss balm, and then the Mineralist Hydra Smoothing Lipstick. So I actually have the Hydra Smoothing Lipstick. I bought this way back when it first released. Today I am wearing the shade Grace. These are really well done lipsticks. One thing I gotta credit Bare Minerals with is that I feel like they've always had pretty good prices. You know, $10 in this sale, that's a great price. The formula itself, it's nice on your lips. It's not too heavy. It still provides a lot of color. It has a little bit of hydration. It has a little bit of a smoothing appearance. This is actually a really nice option. Bare Minerals does not get the same level of attention on YouTube, but they do have some good products. Oh no, we have the Maylis Cosmetics Be Flat Belly Firming Cream. That's 2 words in one product title that I am hesitant of. Be Flat, no, you cannot use a topical product to flatten your stomach. And firming, this one's gonna be hard for me. It's a lot of humectant ingredients and some emollient ingredients. Why are there dyes in this formula? I don't know. I've seen this brand all over Octoly. Maybe I should eventually just give them a try, but I'm not sold on it, because the thing is, you could hypothetically get the same kind of results from any moisturizer because of the way humectants and emollients work. So if you have, say, stretch marks and you apply a humectant that draws water to that area, it's going to make the stretch marks not look as intense, but that's still going to have its own limits, obviously. They are saying they conducted their own study, but it's not a published study. It's a 56-day clinical trial with 30 participants, but did they have a control group? What would happen if you took this up against CeraVe's moisturizing cream? I suspect they would do something very similar. That's a lot of a promise to deliver. A belly firming and flattening cream, that is a lot to promise people, and I just don't think it's gonna do much more than CeraVe moisturizing cream. That's just my opinion. Of course, if you've tried it, feel free to share your thoughts. We have the First Aid Beauty Coconut Water Cream, which will be a nice price, $18 for 1.7 fluid ounces. I will say, overall, it looks fine. It will have some coconut ingredients, so of course that's something to watch out for if you are sensitive, as well as a few other plant-based ingredients, but it looks fine. I will say it doesn't feel extremely exciting to me, but this is definitely one where, you know, if you have more thoughts, feel free to share them. And then we have from Tula the Get Toned Pro Glycolic 10% Resurfacing Toner. I do like that they are disclosing the percentage of glycolic acid in here, even though that also makes me not want to try it personally. So many people really love glycolic acid, but for my sensitive skin, as you may have gathered from last week's video, I do have to be a bit more cautious. So for me, this is a product that I'll pass on, but overall the formula does look nice. If you're looking for more intense resurfacing, I would recommend you glycolic acid as long as your skin can handle it. And again, the reason for this is because glycolic acid is the smallest of the alpha hydroxy acid molecules, so it can penetrate the deepest into your skin much more deeply than, say, mandelic acid, lactic acid. But the con of that is, if you do have more sensitive skin, that may be something that irritates your skin. Wednesday, March 23rd, we have, oh no, the Jaclyn Cosmetics Pout-Spoken Liquid Lipstick. I'm not doing it. I do not understand the way that people feel about Jaclyn Hill. I do not understand why she seems to be the #1 most controversial name in the entire makeup industry. Why? I don't understand it. I don't have a lot of thoughts on this because, as I mentioned in last week's video, I don't really wear a lot of liquid lipstick anymore, so I wouldn't have anything to say regardless, but I just don't get it. We have a first-time steal that I am so absurdly excited about. This is the Grande Cosmetics Grande Fanatic Fanning and Curling Mascara. So I got this initially in PR, and I really didn't think that much of it. I've tried so many mascaras in my life. I really have that, you know, how great can a $25 mascara really be? But I have to admit, this is an amazing formula. Now, I want to be clear, just because I love a mascara doesn't mean everyone will, but I do like this one. I like the brush. It's so different. It's spiky, so you have to like plastic bristles. You have to like stuff like the Benefit. They're real bristles. But it's not just spiky. It's got this real interesting shape to it where it seems to help fan out the lashes at the edges of your eyes a bit more. Or you can turn it this way and then you can fan out the ones in the center of your eyes. You kind of have to play around with the wand to figure out how to use it. But once you do, you have so much control over your lashes. And it's fantastic for lengthening and separating your lashes. It does have a peptide formula in it, which I wouldn't put a lot of weight on in terms of, really helping a lot with lash growth. I would say it helps with lash conditioning. At the end of the day, quite ironically, I think the most important aspect in lash care is taking off your mascara. Take it off thoroughly to help your lashes be as healthy as they can. But yeah, this is a really good mascara. Mascara is super personal though. That is not the most volumizing. If you're looking for volume, it says fanning and curling. It's good at that. Not the most volumizing though. And then we have some wellness brands. Let's take a look at what we have going on. Oh, we have a lot here. Okay, so I'll just scroll this up on the screen for you. I don't really use too many products from Patchology anymore. I originally got that Teamy Blends Green Tea Blend Detox Mask in PR, but wrong for my skin type. I have dry skin. That's gonna be more for oily skin. I've tried the Patchology eye gels. I think they're fine. I prefer Skin Iceland, and I still have my fingers crossed that hopefully that appears in this sale at some point. It's not currently, and my heart is broken. The Kopari Natural Aluminum-Free Coconut Deodorant. I actually just gave this away. I had one of these I got in PR, and it was an unopened one, just to be clear. So I have tried this in the past. With aluminum-free deodorants, you've just got to know that they're not antiperspirants. They help with minimizing odors coming from sweat, but they don't help to stop the sweat. If you need to stop the sweat, or if you desire to stop the sweat, you do need an aluminum-containing deodorant. Moving on to Thursday, March 24th, we have the Estee Lauder Nighttime Necessities Repair and Lift and Hydrate set for $25. So, Estee Lauder really is a fantastic brand. I think that they had some of the most advanced technologies at a certain point in history. All that said, I do genuinely think that the best ingredient that they're using in their formulas, this is all my suspicion, just so we're on the same page, I do think that bifida ferment is really doing something special in the advanced night repair formulas. So if you're curious and you kind of want to test that out and see what it does for you, this is a really nice way to try that ingredient out. If you are more interested in exploring other similar products, there are plenty of dupes out there from Korean skincare brands. So, look for that ingredient. I talked about it in my Marian May trial. We'll talk a lot more about it in the future. Y'all have been directing me to Manyo. Am I saying the brand name correctly? I haven't looked into it that much, but they have some great bifida options as well. But yeah, it's a really great product. It is a fragrance-free product as well. So if you're curious, it's not a bad way to try out the brand and see what it does for you. The Urban Decay All-Nighter Softening Loose Setting Powder. I've heard a lot of good things about this. This is never going to be my area of expertise as a person with dry skin, but yeah, I've heard in particular people with oily skin say they like this one a lot. Then we have the Murad Oil and Pore Control Mattifier Broad Spectrum SPF 45 PA++++. Look at this, even Murad is disclosing the UVA protection in their products now. That's pretty nifty. I do believe this is a chemical sunscreen or uses chemical filters. Yes, I am correct, so be aware of that if you do have allergies. That unfortunately means it is not a product that I can personally try, but, absolutely, this is not a channel where I'm opposed to chemical filters at all. I sometimes sit around and cry over the fact that I can't use them. In fact, I would have so many more sunscreen options at my disposal. Anyway, we then have the Origins Ginseng SPF 40 Energy Boosting Tinted Moisturizer. I can't believe this is still around. I feel like this might have changed a little bit over the years. I know Origins has redone quite a few of their products, but when I tried this several years ago, it was this pink color that as you massaged it into your skin, it kind of turned a bit more of a beige color. So it's a blend, it's a combo sunscreen filter formula where it uses both chemical and mineral filters. The only con for me with the Origins, in particular their facial care, is that they're very scented. Very, very scented. So I actually like their eye creams, but I'm cautious with pretty much everything else due to my more sensitive skin type. Okay, let's move on. The Exuviance Age Reverse Hydrofirm Hyaluronic Acid, anti-aging moisturizer. So this will be $39.50 in the sale. Let's see what they have going on here. So they're using some antioxidants and hyaluronic acid, and I just gotta say, for me personally, that is just not a great selling point in 2022. There was a time in history where, okay, they've got hyaluronic acid and other NMF in here. These are just not that exciting anymore. They're everywhere, and it's such better price points. Now, all this said, I know a lot of people do love the Exuviance brand, so if you love this product, feel free to share your thoughts on it. Moving on to Friday, March 25th, another surprise beauty steal, and then the Lancome La Base Pro Oil-Free Longwear Makeup Primer. So I've talked about this a lot in the past. Let's just kind of go through it really quickly today. It is a silicone formula. It is an entirely silicone formula, which means that when you apply it to your skin, it kind of creates a barrier between your skin and the products that you apply on top. Now, when I say it kind of creates a barrier, that means that it gives you a bit more of a smooth canvas that will help to make an easier surface to paint on top of. But you should also know, and people make fun of this now, people think back of this time of beauty YouTube history and make fun of it, but there was a point in time where we were all using anti-chafing gel as a primer. The reason this worked, and it's still not goofy, it's still not ridiculous in 2022, this still works, because if you look at the ingredients list on this Lancome $42 primer, and you look at the ingredients in that anti-chafing gel, it's one and the same. That's why my conclusion over all these years has always been, buy this if you like the packaging. The bottle is pretty, it's a beautiful bottle, but don't feel like you necessarily have to keep spending $42 on silicones. We have the Clarins Double Serum in this sale, so this will be really exciting for some people. So this is a $90 product, will be $45 in this sale. I've gone through quite a few of these. I do think it is a very well done product. What I'm ultimately going to tell you is that my suspicion is what makes this product so nice is that it is a rich blend of all of these different plant ingredients. Now, we talk a lot about plant ingredients on this channel, and I like to say that, you know, when it comes to plant ingredients, there is a lot of potential in them. We haven't necessarily studied every plant ingredient out there and all of its many benefits, and it's possible that the reason Double Serum is so well loved is because there is more going on that we don't yet understand. Now, all this said, if you are somebody who prefers products like brands like The Ordinary, if you prefer these much more down to the chemical in question type of products, then this may not be the product for you, but either way is fine. For me personally, I don't think I'm going to repurchase this, even though it is exciting to see in the sale, because I will also tell you, Korean skincare yet again does have a lot of the same type of themes going on that this Clarins product has. So again, this is why so many people have fallen in love with Korean skincare. But if you don't want to play the game of finding out what products work for you and what don't, and you just like this product, I do not blame you one bit. It's a good product. The PMD. Okay, so the PMD is on sale again. We have both the Microderm Classic, the little vacuum for your pores, yikes personally, and then the PMD Clean, which I've asked about in so many videos that at this point, I have determined, based on your feedback, I am not interested in ever buying either one of these. A pore vacuum, that's what ingredients like salicylic acid help you with. Those help to exfoliate deep in your pores. You don't need a physical mechanism that potentially may have drawbacks. Some people like it, but I'm not comfortable with telling you to buy that because that's intense. That's certainly intense for your skin. But as for the PMD Clean, so many of you have said it tips over. You've just said that the Foreo is a better design, and your girl found a dupe. I found a dupe that I think is actually better, and you don't have to wait for 50% off deals. This is the $45 Vibe, as it is called, from Butter. If you follow this channel for a while, you may remember when I bought this. It wasn't that long ago. This is a great alternative to Foreo. It actually has a really nice stand that it sits in. Well, that was a bad example, wasn't it? But it does stay in its stand once it is sitting on your counter. And it's a very similar design to the Foreo, except that it takes AA batteries. Y'all ever had a dead Foreo? It doesn't happen often because the batteries last forever. The charge lasts forever on the Foreo. But if it does, you're kind of like, oh, now I gotta wait till it charges. With this, you just switch out the batteries, and it's wonderful. It's a fantastic tool. $45. That's it. No games. $45. I feel like my 21 Days of Beauty videos often end up becoming, but here's some other dupes that you don't have to get only one day only. I feel like that's happened. Anyway, great product. Super underrated. It's so good. And then we have Multi-Brands Select Palettes. So I own a lot of these, but I didn't take them out because I still have complicated feelings on Lime Crime. Just so you know, Doe Deer has officially left Lime Crime, but she also said that once before, and then she had to say it again. You know what I'm saying? Lime Crime has a really great formula, but, you know, with all the drama, they've struggled to sell their products. Less drama. You don't need it. You don't need drama. From this list, I will say I've heard a lot of people say the Persona Identity palette or Identity 2 palette is a really nice formula. I'm actually kind of considering that. 21 in this sale. I'm kind of considering it. And then we also have the Lorac Pro Contour palette. I own this one too, but nobody uses contour palettes anymore. We've gone in a much more natural direction. You can wait to buy these until the trends change again and people are doing real heavy makeup. It will be back. Oh, it absolutely will be back. This whole low effort makeup, the cool girl thing, this is just a phase, mom. Cut crease brows that take 8 hours. It's gonna happen again. It's how the universe works. Last day of week number 2, Saturday, March 26th, so we have the IT Cosmetics CC Cream Illumination. Now, here's the thing, if you love CC Cream, I'm not sure you should get Illumination. It does have kind of a lot of an illuminating effect to it. It almost looks like you took a little bit of highlighter and dumped it in and mixed it up into your foundation. Some people like that. You are absolutely allowed to if you do enjoy it. I actually liked this until I finally accepted that I break out every single time I use any of the IT Cosmetics foundation products. It's so unfair because it is beautiful on your skin, but every time, man. But specifically regarding Illumination, yeah, I'm kind of surprised to sit here and see it has so many good reviews because I feel like every time I've talked to somebody in person about this one, they say they don't like it. I actually felt like I was the only one that was like, no, I kind of like it. I kind of like looking glittery sometimes. We have some IT brushes for Ulta in this sale, so we have quite a selection. They're all foundation brush options. So what I would tell you from this list here is know what you like in your foundation brushes. The most popular one is their 101, which is a standard buffing brush. Those are the kind that are made to just brush foundation into your skin. That tends to work better for people that have normal to oily skin types. I have a dry skin type, and I actually have a favorite IT brush in here, and it's one that is real underrepresented in my opinion, the number 106. It's kind of like a paddle brush. Remember the old school paddle brushes? Actually, when are paddle brushes gonna come back in style? Those have been out for so long. Nobody uses paddle brushes anymore except for me. I feel like I'm the only one who's over here going, paddle brushes are quite groovy. But what I like so much about this specific brush is that it's not just a paddle brush, it's got a little bit of a buffing aspect to it. So rather than just paint on, which is what you did with the old paddle brushes, you can paint on and kind of buff at the same time. So I think this one is super underrated, but you know, everybody has a way of applying foundation, so you may not love it as much as I do. I do also like the 115. This is great for powder foundation because it does have that shape to it where the entire brush touches your powder compact. But you know, again, it's all about personal preference. I think these brushes are extremely well done and super affordable in the 21 Days of Beauty, so definitely something where in every 21 Days of Beauty, I feel like I grab one more IT for Ulta brush. We have the IT Cosmetics for Ulta Brush Bath, which is a bar soap. Honestly, I don't really buy stuff like this, but I do use bar soaps to clean my brushes. It works. True story for you all. I like to get the Shea Moisture face bars from no, I get them from Walgreens. I get them from Walgreens. Usually there's some kind of great Walgreens coupon for Shea Moisture, so I buy those and I'll pay like maybe $2, and that works for my brushes. But you can also use any kind of face soap that you don't love. You can use that to clean your brushes. I've stopped buying brush cleansers. I've got enough face wash for my brushes. That's called repurposing your products. We have another surprise beauty steal, and then to close out this week, I cannot believe what I'm about to tell you. We actually have a product from The Ordinary for 50% off. This has never happened. I have never seen The Ordinary, the brand that is known for incredibly good prices, at 50% off. This is the Squalane Cleanser, and it is the large size, so I guess that's the catch here. Even though it's The Ordinary and it will be 50% off, it'll still be $10. As far as the Squalane Cleanser, the product that is at 50% off for the jumbo size, I think it's fine. It's a cleanser that calls itself a makeup remover, and I think it's going to be best for those of you that wear really light makeup. I don't think it's enough for heavy makeup, for removing blue eyeshadow. I think you might be disappointed in it on its own, but if you just wear day-to-day makeup, it might be all you need. I've seen a lot of people use this for double cleansing. They use this as a first cleanser because it does have a more oily consistency to it, but I think it does work on its own as well. But that's it. That's everything for Ulta's 21 Days of Beauty, week number 2. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Again, feel free to comment on any of the products we've talked about in today's video or anything else you would like to chat about. Make sure to like and subscribe if you did find today's video helpful. I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your weekend, and I will see you all next time.